Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. So today I wanted to make a quick video about a fun new thing I've been doing with my wax seal, my wax beads that you would normally use for a wax seal. So typically with a wax seal, you would want to melt your wax. I used a little bit of a combination of some different colors. Melt your wax, you pour it on your envelope, the flap of your envelope like so, and then you would take some sort of stamp, like this one says love, and you would place it on there and let it dry. So we've been doing that a lot. You can do that on a non-stick surface and you can peel them up and they're good to go, ready to go for any sort of project you want to put them on. People have been using them for special packaging. So when you tie a package up, you could drip this on top of that area where it crisscrosses and it seals it shut. I just love using them. I've been using them for quite some time now, and I use them in almost every project these days. But the other day, I was fiddling around with, well, let me see if this was done yet. Yeah, so since this is a non-stick surface, normally if you were doing this for a letter to like give to someone, you may want to have the envelope closed and then pour the wax and then stamp it. But I usually just leave it open like that because it kind of encases that little point under the wax and you don't have to worry about breaking that seal. You could then, if you wanted to, put a magnet or a little dot of glue to keep it closed if you wanted to. But anyway, so that's super cute. Super easy, fun thing to do. I think it's super cute. Okay, so again, I was playing around and I had this idea and I thought, you know what, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to test it out and see what happens. So this is the mold from the collection that we're currently using, the With Love collection. And this one is from Prima. Right, so it's got this really pretty little heart and these little hearts down here. I haven't done the other ones, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wax heart casting is what it's called. It's a casting. So normally we would use like something like paper clay, or we could use resin, but this is paper clay. And I have a video about using paper clay in these molds. I will link that up here and down below. I'll also link the playlist to the album that we're currently working on up here and down below. So you can, if you use paper clay, you can color them, you know, once it's dry, well, even before it's dry, you can color them with anything that you would like. You don't have to leave it white. So that's fun, right? So I wanted to show you, so here's another example. This one is using this color wax bead, the champagne. So it kind of takes away, so here's that same color. It kind of takes the shine away when you do it this way. But it's so cool, you guys. It's so cool. All right. Here's a purple one, which I think turned out super cute. And then the light pink one that's in this purple collection. So that's another thing I wanted to say is that I think I'm going to use some of this purple in the album that we're using, because if you mix it with the champagne gold color here, it makes the most perfect little accent color for this album, I think. So that being said, because see, look at the back of that one. Look at the back of that. Isn't that pretty? I guess you could use it that way too if you wanted to. So let me show you, these are for a specific embellishment that we're using in the album, and I'm getting ready, the next video is going to be as using that. So I wanted to kind of show you how I made these in a separate video. So I'm going to take a champagne gold one, I might do all three, and swirl them together and show you. I want to do the biggest heart, this big heart up here, it takes a little bit more wax, so let me do, let's just do, I think that might be too many. It may not, melt properly. Let's see. I'm going to try it. So I put 5 of them in there, and I'm just going to let it melt. And that will take a minute. It will definitely take a minute. Okay, I think it's melted. It's starting to smoke, so I'm going to let it cool down just for a second. I did want to mention really quickly that all of these supplies are listed in that Amazon list for this project. I'll have it linked in the description box below, and you could use any mold that you want. I'm pretty sure these are like food safe type molds, and I'm not putting anything in there to help it release or anything. So now I'm just going to pour it into this, and I'm going to go around. I'm just going to kind of gently go around the edges so that it gets all the way to the edge. I might have to take my pokey tool there and move it a little bit better, but if it's not perfect, it's okay. I've noticed. So then I'm just going to take something, and I'm just going to kind of coax it into the areas that it didn't seep into, like that. Now I will tell you that when it's really thick and deep like this one is, it does take a while to dry, or to harden. So let's do some of these little hearts. I really like the mixture, but I'm going to, I think, do, what do I have? I might do a mixture of the pink and of the champagne gold. Maybe I'll do 2 pinks and 1 champagne gold. And we'll do the little hearts down here. It usually takes about 3 to fill both of these little hearts. But anyway, in that Amazon list, I have the salt candles and the tea lights and everything listed. I don't have the spoons listed separately, but they usually come with like any of the stamps. Like this is the whole set of stamps. I'm not sure. I can't remember if this one came with one or not. It may. But I guess I could go ahead and add some of the spoons into that list. But look, here's the little paper clay hearts, the little bitty ones, while we wait on that too, right? Aren't they cute? So you could color these with watercolor, you can color them with ink, you can color them with anything you want. But the paper clay does take a long time to dry. The wax takes a minute to harden up, but not very long at all. I mean, seriously, the paper clay takes overnight, sometimes more, depending on how thick. But I just love this. So I tried it and it worked, and I want to go, I didn't have time, but I want to go through with other molds and make different little wax castings. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to pour it into these little hearts. Wow, that's going to be so cute. And so 3 of them was a little too much. Like sometimes, I don't know why, but these champagne gold ones seem to be bigger, thicker. Like there's more wax in the champagne gold ones than there is in these other ones. I don't know if they're, oh they are, they're bigger. They're bigger. So it just seems like there's more wax. So if you're using a smaller wax bead, then you might need more than if you're using a larger. So you didn't need 3. You probably could have just done 1 of each color. Totally would have been fine. So we're going to let that harden. You can, if you want, like tap it on the desk like this to kind of get any air bubbles out, but I haven't had that trouble at all with any air bubbles. So, but I have done that a few times just to make sure. So let me show you the embellishment that I have made, that I've used these on. So this is a little printable glassine bag, and there's one of the big wax hearts. See, look how thick that is. You see that? Is it showing up? Right? And then two of the little ones, and then there's like one of the die cuts, and then there's a little insert. This is from my Build Embellishments. We're going to be using that in this project, my Build Embellishments. I'll show you that in just a second. So this is one of the embellishments. So I'm going to make another one. So the little printable glassine bag, it's a sheet of 4 different things. So there's 2, you know, they're obviously I put them together already, but there's 2 of the glassine bags and then 2 of these smaller envelopes. This is page 18 in the scrap journal add-on for the Basically Amazing. So I went ahead and put it together and inked it up. And then I've got one of the die cuts that I've picked. This is one of the hearts from the paper collection. It's one of the die cuts, part of the embellishments. So I'm going to use that and some of the wax hearts, or should I use one of these? We need to let those harden a little bit before let's check on them. Oh look, the hearts might be, you see how I'm afraid this one's definitely probably not. I could check, but it just takes a little longer. Oh, yeah, it is. This one's done. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, there's one. Oh, I love that. I love it that the purple is on the main heart. Oh, we have to use this one. I love that. And then the 2 little ones, I'm just going to pop them out in my hand here. That one's still tacky on the back. But look how cute. Look how cute these are, right? So here's the big one. And then I wanted to show you the mold. There's no wax inside the mold there. It just came completely out. Is that not amazing? Okay. So now I want to use this one because that one turned out so perfect. So perfect. Maybe we'll use all 3 of them. Yeah. Alright, let me attach this heart down. I want it hanging over the side a little bit. Just going to use some art glitter glue to attach this down. So in the next video you'll see where we use these at. And then, let's see, let's just do it like that. Okay, there's several ways you can attach these down. I've tried just using glue before, but it doesn't always work. Like when you make these just separate, ready to go, I've tried just using glue and they will pop off sometimes, depending on, I don't remember what I used. Did I use Fabri-Tac? I don't remember. I have tried heating them up from the bottom and squishing it down onto whatever it is that I'm using. That works because then the wax kind of melts into the paper. But it gets you know, it gets tricky when you've got these teeny little things. So let me try something. I gotta find them first. My little tweezers. Here they are. Maybe if I use something, if I hold it with something and heat it up, then that would be better. So we'll try that. But I think what I'm going to do, because that's the best way, or my husband suggested, which I thought this was brilliant. Oh, whoops. I don't want to stick that back on there and that melt. So, you know, you can always peel that off of your non-stick sheet and off the bottom of your thingy. Stick it back in there and remelt it. My husband suggested that you put you drop a bit of hot wax, melted wax, onto where you want to stick it down and stick it right down. And that I did do that. I did that with this one and this one, but this one was small and it kind of oozed out, so it kind of made a bit of a mess. So it'll work for big things, but also melting it will work for big things too. So, or heating it up. All right, so let's see how I'm going to attach these down. Maybe we'll just do something simple like that. What do you think? It looks cute, right? So, I'll show you with the, oh, you know what, this, I'm gonna have to kind of clamp this down so that it doesn't pop up. I don't want it to, there we go, that'll work. So what did I decide I was doing? This, this, and this. I wonder if we should swap this one out for a different one. Or no, it's fine. Or should we do a solid purple heart? Gosh, this is so cute. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I just melted a little bit. I'm just going to drop a little bit onto the project. Maybe a little bit more. Like that. And then I'm going to smoosh this down. Right on top of it. So it should, in theory, it should grab a hold of it and all be well. Now this one, again, we're getting to where it's a little too small. So I'm going to try something. Let's try, and actually I'm going to try using a lighter. And I'm going to turn my project so that it's ready, so it's at the right angle. So I'm going to heat the bottom up. And I'm going to press it down. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I love it. It turned out perfect. It smushed a little bit, but I think that just kind of is very organic looking. Come on, camera. Look at, I think that's cool. Okay, let's do the same thing for this little guy here. Maybe I'll hold him this way. Where is he gonna go? So we got what did I decide I was going? Right there? Let's do it right there. Oh! Well, you guys, I don't know where it flew off to, so I'm just going to have to use a different one. Oh, that stinks. Okay, I'm going to try again. Oh. Oh, it did it again. I saw that one. Okay, I'm going to try to hold it a different way instead of side to side. I'm going to try to hold it to where, you see that? I'm going to try to hold it just on the bottom. Let's see if it'll let me. And it did. Okay. That's so funny. I hadn't tried the tweezer method before I turned the camera on, so yeah. So now everything is stuck down. Okay, so also, this one, I did this one obviously before, but this one, I accidentally hit it somehow or another and it ripped off, but it ripped off with the paper. So then I did just go back and use art glitter glue to glue it down, and it seems to be just fine. So I'm assuming these things will come up if pulled and prodded on, but yeah. So here's this one that we just did. And here's the one I did prior to. Aren't they cute? I love it. I love that organic smoosh there. Now you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Also, there's a little bit of to where the edge of it wasn't smooth. You can take your scissors and just trim that right off if it bothers you. You can also do that with paper clay. if there's something sticking out weird, you can just trim it off with your scissors. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up really quick with the embellishment. So these are from my Build Embellishments set 2, and what I did was I printed 2 pages on one. So you have to go into your printer settings and like hit multiple, and while in the PDF, like open your PDF and then printer settings or something like that, or you hit print and then your printer settings stuff will come up, and then there'll be like a multiple button, like you hit multiple and then you can put 2, 4, 6 to a page. This is 2 to a page because I wanted them smaller. So I used, in this one I used this here. It's like an old cabinet card, right? So I cut it down because it's too big, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing for this one over here. Gosh, these, you guys, these Build Embellishments I did in 2017. They are 4 years old. Can you believe that? So I'm actually going to take, and let's see if this one will fit in this one. It does. I'm going to use this kind of as a guide here of how wide I need it to be. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to kind of go whoop, 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 whoop. Just wiggle, wiggle. Same on this side. Right? Let's see if it'll fit in there. And it does. And then I'm going to ink both sides up, because this is just printed onto white cardstock. And then I'm going to grab my, let's move these, hole reinforcements. Oh, you guys, I don't think I've shown you guys this yet. So this is the ephemera holder that we made. I did a whole playlist on this ephemera holder. Let me back up just a little bit. Oops, not going forward, go back. This is the ephemera holder. I have a whole playlist. I will link that playlist up here and down below. And I made some adjustments to it. I think what's really fun about the ephemera holder slash ephemera keeper, that I think we're going to be naming it, I even wrote that on there, is that you can add to it, you can take away, you can change your covers out, like your journal covers on the inside, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But look, see these little butterflies? Those are from a kit from Artie Mae's. I will link that down below, that specific kit. It's a purple kit, you guys. Let me move my candle so I can open this. So I found this kit and I printed it out, and I loved, I don't know if these are moths or butterflies, but they're beautiful. So I switched out my inside journal covers because I feel like whatever inspires you at that moment, they're so easy to make and so easy to switch out that go for it, right? So look at, I printed her pages onto 11 by 17. So here's one of the covers. See the front and back there, right? Front and back. This is one of the covers, and then here is another. So let me get to the back of that. Oops, that's not the back. There's the back of that one. And then I'm keeping all the covers that I'd already made. There's no reason to toss them out. They're beautiful and I love them. I'm just keeping them back here on this extra elastic. But how fun to be able to swap out your journal covers. It's like new inspiration, and it's easily done just by making new journal covers, because it's just the outside page that, and the elastic, since everything is loose, you can just pull them in and out. But isn't it beautiful? So I added these pretty little mothy butterflies on here, and I think it's perfect. So yeah, anyway, that's just a little tip, a little update. I just hadn't had a chance to say it to you guys yet, to tell you guys yet. Okay, so I'm going to use these. These are hole reinforcements that I foiled. And what's fun about this type is that you can take your hole reinforcement and you can put it on half of the paper and off half the paper, like that. And then you can see it's hanging off the edge there. Then you can punch your hole with a regular old hole punch. Flip it over. Put another hole reinforcement on the back. Like that. And now you've got an extension to where you can add your pool. And it's kind of cute. It's different, isn't it? It's kind of cute and different. I've been doing this where I just run it through there and then I just tie a knot like this. That way you don't have to worry about it coming loose. That's a little long. Whoa. So now I have my little pull. I have my little tag that I can pull out of the little glassine bag. What's really nice about these too is you can put as many as you want. There's lots and lots of room in there, so you can add as many fun tags as you would like, or inserts, or even more envelopes, letters, whatever. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you liked it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you try it. You know, try making these castings with wax. I think it's super fun. I've never had a wax seal melt in my albums before, so if you're, it's inevitable someone's going to ask me, well, will that melt? I have no idea. I've never had one melt. Like, I've never had one of these type of wax seals melt in an album before. Doesn't mean it can't. I just have never had that happen. So I'm assuming since it's wax, it could melt given the right circumstances. So, but anyway, so I just thought that was a fun little project that you guys would like. I just think it's so cute. All right, you guys. Anyway, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.